How's it going, YouTube? Tuner here. Today we have another video going over the latest and greatest in Dragon Ball news and updates. So we had an interesting development with some Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DLC. We got some new screenshots of the OG Dragon Ball DLC coming to DBZ Kakarot. In this first image we see Giant Piccolo, or Giant Namekian Piccolo, facing off against Goku. Once again, looks great. We see Goku fighting Tenshinhan, or Tien, and I really like how they actually didn't use Tien's model from the Saiyan Saga. That's clearly Tien as he appeared in Dragon Ball, so that's great. Again, going along with what they did with Goku and everything, they actually took the effort to make these models very canny to their original Dragon Ball appearance. We also have Chi-Chi here, and she looks great as well. And it looks like you're going to be, I don't know, will they make it a cinematic in the game? Because it doesn't look like it's actual in-game fighting. It looks like it's a cutscene. Of course, they could just do a cutscene as part of the game, so we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, we do have the famous image of Goku coming back and seeing Launch and Bulma and Oolong and Roshi and Puar there. And it's going to be fun seeing Launch because she's not part of the main story, so if you've seen these people that play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot who haven't watched Dragon Ball, they're going to be playing this DLC, and I think it's so interesting that we're just continuing to take step backwards and backwards. I'm really excited for it, but we might not be taking a step back for the next DLC coming. So this is actually I guess you could say a leak, a report. You can take it with a grain of salt if you'd like. This is coming from DBS Hype on Twitter. They say, DBZ Kakarot DL6 about to be amazing, smiley face. And of course, they've posted the GIFs of the End of Z Saga with Goku fighting Oob. Now, that could just be a prediction, but then they added, they'll be adding a good amount of extra content since End of Z Saga is pretty short. So, that is what you can take it as. Take it as you want. Me personally, I don't think this is too far-fetched of an idea, because we didn't ever get the End of Z Saga in the base game, and End of Z was even in Legacy of Goku too. It was very interesting of a decision for them to not do that and put it in the DLC instead, but I am going to be excited for it. Now, if they do add a good amount of extra content, I imagine that'll just be going around the world and seeing what people are up to, maybe getting some Goten and Trunks gameplay, something like that, but that's definitely, I'm probably more excited for the End of Z DLC than I am for the OG Dragon Ball DLC. But of course, the OG Dragon Ball DLC is coming out first, so you really have to be excited for it. And finally, the latest development, a Goku coming to PUBG Mobile. And the interesting thing is, he doesn't look too bad. Now, this isn't how he looks in-game, this looks just like a render of how he will appear in game, so he'll pretty much look similar to this. But yeah, so whenever they said they were doing a collab with Dragon Ball Super, I was expecting maybe some gear, maybe some gun skins or whatever, because I was like, how do you adapt Dragon Ball character to PUBG, because the PUBG style is so different. Like, you can do it with Fortnite because they're so similar in terms of style. They got the cel shaded models already inspired by anime, so it was pretty simple adjustment. So for PUBG, they just took the realistic the latest Jump game on PS4. They kind of took that approach where they tried to add some textures and make it feel a little more realistic. So that's what we've got going on there. So that's pretty fun. Anyway, we had the Bandai Namco presentation or / showcase today. They didn't, or yesterday, depending on when this goes out. They didn't show any Dragon Ball. They showed more footage of the Sandland game. But honestly, I don't want to spend too much time talking about that because it's not anything else we haven't already seen before. I think they showed the same exact trailer today that they showed at the Summer Game Fest. So if you're excited for Sandland, let me know, because I know I'm definitely going to be checking out the movie. As far as the game goes, I'm not entirely sure yet. I guess it depends on how I feel about the movie. I know from what I read of the manga, it's a pretty good story, so I'm definitely going to watch the movie. Anyways, guys, that just about does it for today. What did you think of the video? Let me know in the comments section down below if you enjoyed it. what you'd like to see next from the wonderful world of Dragon Ball, when you think we'll be getting some Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 news. because the interesting thing is people were expecting it at the Bandai Namco showcase. I personally wasn't, because it's got to be so early in development, right? We don't know how much of the game that they actually have developed, but in situations like that where they just reveal a game and they didn't show any gameplay and it's just like a quick cinematic clip, that's like, okay, we'll probably be seeing this game in like 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years. I mean, does anybody remember whenever they revealed Zelda Breath of the Wild and they had that cinematic and it was pretty sick, and then it didn't come out for like, what, 4 or 5 years? Now, maybe the development with Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 isn't going to be that disastrous. We'll just have to wait and see.